Back to another edition of Quip and Cap. We're gonna talk about a couple topics today. It's not gonna be an event show today, just topics.
Just us.
Random talk. Yeah. But to get started, got some Quip and Cap gear. Got the T-shirt, black and red, matching shirt, hat. This is her logo. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have on any, but my lips are red.
It's my logo.
And it matches the red lips on the shirt.
Yeah. So, if anybody interested, hit us up on Instagram or at Quip.
And listen.
Quip and Cap.
If y'all want a Quip and Cap bottle of alcohol too.
Yeah.
Reach out to us on Quip and Cap Instagram and we can get it for you. But trust me when I tell you.
That's what I'm sipping on.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's strong. Okay.
So to get right into it. Okay. So what we're gonna talk about today. Question. Let's see. What is it again? What? Okay. So question. If a person is interested in you, but you're not interested in them, how do you let them down easy? So you want to answer that?
So generally, I will just tell them I have a boyfriend. So that's usually what I do. And then as a girl, dudes don't understand how to take that. So you sit there and be like, oh, I'm in a relationship, sorry. And I'm like, oh, you're not allowed to have friends. You're not allowed to have a friend. And then I got to sit here and be like, okay, so my man ain't allowed to have friends. So no, I'm not allowed to have friends. And, that's kind of how I do it. Or I'll just give him, if I knew my man's number by heart, which back in the day I used to know it by heart, I'd give him that number. And be like, you can call me, this is my number. Nowadays you can't really do that because they be trying to text you right there on the spot. But that's kind of what I would do. And then I got a story, but you go ahead.
Okay, so how would I let somebody down easy? They interested in me and I'm not interested in them. I don't know. See, women kind of funny. Women, it depends on how aggressive they are. Because women can be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. Typically, when a woman is interested in me, I know because they're aggressive. And I've had women that was interested in me that I wasn't interested in.
And what did you do?
What I do, it depends on what their approach is. If their approach is like doing a lot of flirty shit, you know what I'm saying? If they doing a lot of flirty shit, I just do a lot of laughing. I just laugh it off and never feed into it. You know what I'm saying? Because typically a woman that's interested in me and they showing it, they can be aggressive, but they never aggressive to the point where they like invite me out or nothing like that. They just do a lot of flirty shit, a lot of compliments, just to let you know how they feel about you. Yeah. And typically, if you're interested in them, you take it from there as a guy. So, you know what I'm saying? In those instances, if it was somebody I was interested in, once they do all of that, it's easy from there because I'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We should hang out. But if it's somebody I'm not interested in, I just laugh. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be polite, say thank you if they give me compliments or something like that. Smile a lot, laugh, kind of try to walk away like, yo, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you wild. Oh, I appreciate it. I just walk away. I never feed into it. And you just hopefully, at some point, they get the hint. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually how it works on my end. A woman would typically get the hint after a while. Some women just relentless, though. A lot of women are relentless. So they'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? Or it might just die down slowly.
But they want to linger.
But women are real persistent. I will say that women are real persistent. I think women are more persistent than men. Personally, I think, because women, they don't care. If they want something, they can go get it. Now they might die down, temper how hard they was going, but it's typically always there. I just I've been through that. Like people just shoot their shot, try to each hand and be flirty, like with big gaps in between from when they first started it, and it slows down, but they still every now and then say something. Every time I just kind of laugh and just smile and just act real, try to be real humble, and ultimately they get the hint. You know what I'm saying?
So let's see. My real experience, because I've never really, in regards to, my experience with turning people down, guys down that's interested, is just the regular way that all girls experience. But something that I tend to have that tends to happen to me a lot is if I go out on a date with somebody once. Because I'm one of those people that, I don't know if I like you. I gotta go out, talk to you for a little bit, all this other stuff, before I kind of decide whether I like you or not. Just because you cute don't mean nothing to me. There's a whole bunch of people out here that's cute. I need to really decide if I like you. And so, experiences that I tend to have is I'll go out on a date with a guy, and in the midst of it, I decide, I don't like him. So then in my head, I'm like, okay, as soon as I get away from him, I'm going to block him. Because nobody wants to sit there and tell somebody, oh, I don't like you. So, I be blocking people. I've been blocking them since, I don't even know if it was a possibility in high school, but I had caller ID, and if you called me from a number that was yours, I wouldn't answer.
Right.
I was ghosting long before ghosting became the term. So that's what I do. And it's kind of funny because when we met each other, I was kind of going through a situation where I had went out on a date with this dude. I did not. He was cute. He was fine. But he didn't have a car, so I had to pick him up. I was okay with that. It didn't really bother me because he had a job, so that meant that he could possibly get a car. He said he had one, but the person that he was dating, I guess when they broke up, she got the car. I don't know. He was living with his sister in that time, but it was also because he broke up. It didn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't bother me none. I didn't even know if I liked him or not. You know what I'm saying? So none of those things was a big deal. I was just kind of I'll pick him up. It ain't no big deal. We going out. We went to this place called the Oyster. I told you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Was that place called the Oyster Bar?
I think so.
It's a nice little spot.
A lot of people know about it. Over there, it's in Northeast.
By Union Market.
Yeah, by Union Market.
I didn't know about Union
Market
warehouses. At the time. Yeah. So it was over there. We went over there. And we got there. I can't remember now who it was, but somebody famous was upstairs. But this was around COVID. So nobody was in a restaurant. It was just a few of us in a restaurant on the bottom floor. And there was somebody upstairs on the top floor. And so our waiter, he was joking with us, giving us free shots of alcohol and all this other stuff. And I just remember the dude who, he's bragging to me about being a stripper. I can understand if there's people out there who like that, but I don't. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay. And then girls are calling him while he's out on a date with me. And he's looking at the phone yeah, I'm not going to answer this call because I'm with you and you so important. And, you just so different from the kind of girls that I be messing with, dating and da-da-da. I'm going to make you my girl. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, don't cut nobody off. Don't you cut none of these girls off. Because as soon as I get you back home, you ain't never going to see me, hear from me. Nothing again.
But what made you come to that conclusion at that point? When he told you he was a stripper?
No. Yeah.
Oh, you just was already.
He just wasn't. So I wasn't really here for the girls calling, and then him bragging about him ignoring these calls for me. if like I don't expect for him to just be solely talking to me. I know that's not a thing. However, you need to at least convince me that that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to openly walk into no situation where I know you dealing with 4 or 5 different girls, and then they calling you. Like, we're not doing that. I don't need to see all the different girls calling your phone. It's not a brag to me that you're ignoring. So what you're saying is that you would have answered their call while you're out on a date with me? If you somebody else? Yeah. Like are you saying that if I called you and you was, because I'm that girl, if I called you while you was out on another date, you would answer my call? I'm not gonna lie. I would want that to happen. But that's still crazy to me. And it wasn't no brag to me. I didn't like it. Him being a stripper, I am not a fan of male strip clubs. I am afraid of strippers, and from what I understand, and I think he told me this. I don't know if it was him. It might have been someone else who told me this. But it was a male stripper. That they be giving head and shit, and I'm not trying to be, even though technically he was not a stripper at this point. He did construction.
Okay.
He was working he was actively a construction worker. He was not a stripper. And he had dreads all down his back. I ain't like that either. I don't like no dude with long hair. I'm not a fan of guys with feminine features.
Right.
And having long hair is a feminine feature. But anyway, so, but we're there. He got all these girls calling, and he bragging about ignoring them for me. And then I remember when the bill came, he was like looking at it like, oh my gosh. Like he didn't know, like he couldn't believe that the price was what it was. But we got like the lobster mac and cheese, and I don't know, like I don't remember what else we got because it's been so long.
But y'all got some stuff.
Yeah, we got
some
stuff.
You wasn't.
But also, he was doing all this fucking drinking.
The drinks get you every time.
He was ordering. I did not drink at all.
That's something I learned. The drinks is what will make that bill go from okay to astronomical.
Let me tell you.
It'd be the drinks.
I had one shot, and that was the shot that I had with the bartender. So I know my drink wasn't on the damn receipt.
Right.
But he had like a whole bunch of shots with the bartender. Plus he's ordering drinks. Plus he's ordering all this food. And I'm sitting there and I was just like, all right, if you got it, but you ain't even got no car. So if you got it, then okay. But then when that bill came, he's just like, and he just didn't understand it. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, this makes sense. This is what we got. And then you got those drinks and he's acting like, and I'm like, okay, listen, if you can't pay for it, I can pay for it. I can pay for it if you can't pay for it. But that was the final check, and the hell no, he getting blocked.
Right.
So, but I was just like, hell no. And then I'm gonna tell you something else that kind of turned me off. As soon as he got in the car, he started talking about how bad he wanted to eat me out. He just kept saying like he wanted to, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, is he trying to baby boy me? Like, what is this? He's trying to baby boy me. Like, apparently he think that he gets some magic, and he trying to lock me in so he could be living with me and driving my car. And
driving you to work.
Like pretty much moving his situation from the last girlfriend to the next one. And I was just like, hell no, I'm not about to be baby boy.
He will be on a mission.
That's what it felt like. Because he was really, like the whole time, like even when we got into the restaurant, he was just like, yeah, let's just go out to the car real quick. I just want to. And I'm like, ew, is this just what you be doing? We don't even know each other, sir. Like, we don't even know each other. So that was like the first thing.
Right.
That kind of had me like, I don't know about this.
Right.
But I still wanted to go out on a date. I wanted to go to this restaurant because I ain't never been there before.
Right.
So I had never even heard of it.
Right.
So I'm like, let's go. But in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, he better leave me alone with this shit. He better leave me alone. I don't know where any of that has been. He better keep it away from me. But yeah, so when the bill came, he was acting like he couldn't even pay it. Then he had to take a break and hop on the phone. And I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I drove, I probably would have started getting nervous that he was going to leave me. He had gotten up. He had to like do some stuff on his phone and make a call. Maybe he had to call a girl for some money.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, he had a whole thing before he paid.
Yeah.
He had to do some stuff.
Yeah, because I was just like, listen.
Yeah, somebody sent him some
I'm
money.
like, if you can't do it, I can pay. And he was just like, no, I got it. It's cool. I just wasn't expecting. And he was like really upset over this bill. But I had to show him. I'm like, the shots that you had with the bartender ain't even on here. These are the drinks that you ordered. Then he's sitting here because oh man, like it's been so long. I don't 100% remember. But I remember he was trying to act all cool and be like, yeah, so what? Give me, like tell me about y'all good tequila and all of those stuff, because that's when I heard of it's this tequila where it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Because I was telling you about it.
Yeah.
Because it was good. I tasted it.
I think we seen it out a few times. I think.
Possibly.
I want to say.
But I know
pointed it out to me.
So, but that was like the stuff, and he was telling me, he was like, "Oh yeah, give me the good stuff." Like he's asking for the good stuff. He got some free shots, but he was also getting some. I was just like, because I'm looking and I'm like, all right now. So when that bill came, he was acting all crazy. I was like, all right. No, this
did it cross your mind as he was ordering these shots? Like this bill probably gonna be expensive, but he must got it.
Nope.
Oh, you was just there.
I just assumed that he had.
You knew what he was doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't suggest this place. He suggested the place, and then when the bill came, I'm gonna tell you what he told me. He was just like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I was at work and I was talking to the guys that I work with. Honestly, I don't even think he said it to me when the bill came, but this is just something that he had told me. That he was talking to his coworkers, and one of his coworkers suggested that place.
Okay.
Because he was like, yeah, I'm taking this girl out. She's like she seemed like like a real lady, all this other stuff. So I want to take her somewhere nice. So he suggested that place. I had never heard of it. I had never been there before. And he why wouldn't you look into it? If you was on a budget, you look into it and look at the prices.
But see, the thing, if you've never been to any place like that before, you not even going to know that you got to look into it.
That's true.
It takes for you to go out to a place like that for the first time to know, okay, I need to start looking into it.
That's true. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't trying to talk too bad about him, but I think he was most definitely a fancy date is Olive Garden. And I love myself some Olive Garden. But Olive Garden is not a fancy place.
Mm-hmm.
It was fancy when you was in high school. It's not fancy when you are a full-grown adult. And he gave me the vibe of that's where he be.
Yeah,
Fridays
and shit like that.
Yeah. So, but he paid. We got that squared away. Got in the car. I took him.
And then, another telltale sign is the fact that he had to ask some people.
Yeah.
Like, me, I wouldn't have to ask nobody.
No, yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I already know. Because I know, that's what I do. I go to those type of places, so I wouldn't have to ask somebody. If somebody asking somebody, that ain't what they do. Like, they be like, what should I take her? That ain't what they do. They don't take them. They don't go to these type of places.
He wasn't prepared. He wasn't prepared. So, but we got the bill squared away. Then he didn't want to tip the guy.
Oh,
and
I don't know if you told me that.
I'm like, you don't want to.
Oh.
He didn't want to tip him because he was mad. So I'm like,
and the dude was such a great guy, giving free shots. You had to tip him.
Exactly. And I don't even drink, and I knew that shit is not something that be happening.
You got to tip.
So I was like, fine, I'll do it. So I went in the start. He was like, no, I got it. I don't even know what he tipped him. I don't even know, but he ended up tipping him. I don't know what he tipped him, but it's been years now, so I would be fine to go back. But I wouldn't have been fine to go back like the following weekend or something.
Right.
Because I wouldn't even want him to see me again and associate me with that guy.
Oh, because the dude kind of was a little privy to what was going on?
No, he wasn't. He was so chill and
Oh,
cool.
you saying, but you don't know.
But I don't know what he tipped him.
Oh, okay.
I don't
and
know
your
what
guess
he tipped
is
him, that it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't the typical.
You know, if he probably tipped him $5-10 or some shit like that. So I don't know, but I was just kind of like.
Hey, that's most likely.
Because you know me, like, especially if I think our waiter is good, I'm trying to give him some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to give them some money. But he was just like, no, I got it. And I'm like, all right, I should have been like, let me look and see. But I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
I wanted to get out of there. So then, you know, I took him home. He thought I was going to be his girlfriend, offering to eat me out, wouldn't even get out my car, begging to do all of that stuff. And I'm like, I gotta go home. I had a great time. I'm gonna talk to you. Then when I was leaving, he called me because I didn't block him just yet. You know, he called me and he was just like, yeah, can I come down? Can I come over? And I'm like, no.
You talking about that night?
Yeah, he called me when I was driving.
So he wanted you to bust a U-turn.
He wanted to, I guess,
to come back
Uber
and get him.
Or something.
Oh.
And, you know, and then just... And I'm like, I got kids. You can't just be. And he was just like, man, because I was on my way home. And he was just like, I come down. And I'm like, I'm not coming back to get you. He's like, yeah, I get like a. And I wasn't even familiar with all that Uber stuff for real, especially during that time. And he was like, yeah, I'll get like an Uber or something. And I come down there. And I'm like, this nigga trying to baby boy me. He trying to come down my house in the middle of the night, drop that pin on me, and move in. And I was just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. As soon as I had the opportunity to, and I got him off my phone, I blocked him. And he would not let me go.
Yeah.
He would not let me go.
He was a problem when I came around.
He would call. And with like a Samsung, if you got somebody blocked, you can still see when they call you. It'll just show, it won't ring or anything, but you'll still see it. So he was calling me, got like other numbers and called me and was texting me. Finally, once we were in a relationship, I had sent him a picture of me and Wes, that picture where you're back.
We was in Boston.
We're going to post it. We're going to put it up. He'll put it up. But it's like, it's me and then you see him, but you don't see his face because I don't want nobody knowing his face and he don't even know what he looked like. I didn't like the idea of that. But I was like, I got a man. He was just like, oh, well, do y'all live together? Are you allowed to have friends? And I'm like, oh, what is this? What is this? So I blocked him again. I tried to shut it down. He wouldn't let it go. It's been a couple years. He don't message me no more. But every once in a while, like if I get on something that I guess like a lot of people are on, like WhatsApp. I don't really do WhatsApp. But like whenever we're going out of the country or something, I'll get on there. And then like, I think maybe when we were going to Greece, but that was like 2 years ago.
That was like 2 years.
Yeah, but like maybe when we were going to Greece, it wasn't when we were going to Anguilla. So it had to have been Greece. When I hopped on there, he sent me a little message. I said, hell no. And I tried to block him on there. But I hadn't heard from him. But but those type of situations is the experiences I be having, where it's like at the very get, you know, like I might give them my number, but then afterwards I'm like, oh, I don't want them to have my number, but they don't be wanting to let me go.
Right.
I'm and maybe it's because of me. Maybe it's because I be ghosting people. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if I did it the right way. Maybe if I did it the right way, then they wouldn't be putting their claws in me like that. But even when I try to do it the right way, it ain't work with him. So I'm gonna say no. I be having stalkers, y'all. I be having stalkers. But that's what I be doing. I ghost them. That's the easiest. I'm not about to waste my time trying to say, if you harass me enough, where I'm like, no, I got a man, and you won't take that as an answer, I'll let you have my number. You can go text me what's up, so I can say, yeah, I got it. And as soon as I walk away from me, I'm blocking you. I'm gonna block the shit out of you. Block you. And then if I can get away with it, I just give you, if I give you my man number. Then you be hitting him up, talking about, yeah, or I give you a wrong name, Keisha. Keisha, I don't even know any Keishas, so I wouldn't even have a number to give. But yeah, I try to be nice, and when the nice don't work, I'm like, fine. You want my number? Here, and then I'll block you. I will block, and I'm a ghost queen. I will block you. I will ghost you. That's what I do. Okay. What's the other question?
The other question is, has someone you wasn't interested in, ever won you over with persistence?
I wasn't interested in my ex-husband. And he kind of bullied me into being his girlfriend.
I bullied.
I wasn't interested in him. I tried to hook him up with another girl that I went to school with.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know who he was. He was new to the school. And when I saw him, I thought he was a little kid because I knew everybody in my grade and I knew everybody in the grade ahead of me.
Right.
And I was in 11th grade. She was new and she had a class with him. And I'm like, I'm in the honors. I have classes with people in my grade and people in the next grade. I know everybody. I don't know who this guy is. Who is he? And I'm like, girl. And then when she pointed him out to me, I'm like, I don't know him. Are you sure that he's not in 10th grade? I said, I think he might be in 10th grade. And she was like, no, I don't think so. So then I remember we went up to him, asked him how old he was. He was like, how old do I look? I'm 12. I'm 12. And I said, girl, he's stupid. Come on. I'm like, he dumb. Come on. We ain't even got time for this. I could hook you up with somebody cuter than this. I didn't like him. I didn't like him. I was dating somebody else, and he hung out with a bunch of girls that I didn't like. And, but he worked at the bookstore. That's really how he got me. Him working at the bookstore mixed with him bullying me. Because I ended up breaking up with the guy that I was dating. The one I told you a story about who got my name wrong. Who misspelled my name.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we ended up breaking up. But I would go to the bookstore before I would go to work. And he worked there. And he started stealing the books. I didn't know he was doing this. But he would steal the books from work. And he would give them to me while I'm in school. Like, he would kind of come up to me and be like, yeah, I saw you reading this here. And it would just give it to me.
Right.
So we just kind of became cool. Me, him, and my friend Erica. Because he worked in the mall. She worked in the mall. I worked at this place outside of the mall. But I would hang out in the mall before I went down there. This is before I started working at Vitamin World. And so I would hang out in the bookstore. And, you know, they were in the same grade. So we all just kind of started hanging out together and being cool. And then I remember it was around Thanksgiving. He invited me to like some Thanksgiving thing with his family. But in my mind, we're just friends.
Right.
We ain't kissing. We kind of talking on the phone, but it ain't even like that. And I mean, I was chilling. I had just broken up with somebody. I was chilling, you know, I wasn't. And he introduced me to his family and everybody was cool or whatever. And then next thing I know, we get to school and he put a note in my locker talking about, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I wrote back to him. I was just like, well, you know, my friend, she likes you. So I don't know. I think that'll be kind of weird or whatever. But really, I ain't like him like that. Right. It ain't even crossed my mind that he even liked me like that. We was just cool. So I gave it back to him. And, you know, and sometimes he would give me a ride home from work. So now he was being a little shady on the rides. He was being a little shady on the rides. And I'm like, well, we're friends. But whatever. He was being a little shady with the rides and stuff. So, you know, I kind of noticed that. And then he was just like, well, and then I remember I was in a bookstore and he kind of accosted me into the corner and was just kind of like, well, you know, like I thought you liked me. I'm giving you rides. I'm giving you books. You know, he's like, I'm giving you rides. I'm giving you books and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, in my mind, I didn't know that meant that he liked me. We were cool. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, but Crystal, she likes you. I need to at least check first to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that she don't like you anymore. So then I asked Crystal, like, she don't like his ass no more. She met his brother and she like his brother. So then, you know, he called me and he got me on the phone talking about, yeah, you know, like, so what? So you gonna be my girlfriend or are you gonna have to find another ride? And I was just like, okay. Yeah, you know, like I'll be your girlfriend. Like, yeah. I had never experienced that before. I was young, y'all. He was older than me. I didn't even know that guys would even I've never experienced a dude bullying. I've witnessed women bullying men into relationships. I ain't never seen it the other way around. So I wasn't mentally prepared for this. And I was his girlfriend. Then I broke up with him because he joined the military.
Right.
But I wasn't interested in him. And when we were married and together, he used to sit there and tell people, like, you know, she didn't even like me when we first got together. Like, he would tell people that, like, he would joke, and I'd be like, I didn't. Mm-hmm. I didn't like him. You know, and, but you know, I mean, it ain't all about looks.
It's not. It's all about what you like.
Yeah.
No matter what. Sometimes it is, but if that's what the person is really into.
And then realistically.
Some people not all the way there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And realistically, we were really good friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship worked during that time because we were friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we weren't friends, we probably would not have even been together for as long as we were. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, he was somebody that I wasn't interested in. And he was extremely persistent.
Right.
And he bullied my ass into dating him. What about you?
For me, it's pretty much a no. Nobody.
I bullied you into being my boyfriend.
Nobody I wasn't interested in.
You were interested.
Got me exactly. That don't count. That's why I'm like, did you get a question? Nobody that I wasn't interested in convinced me to be with them or anything due to persistence.
And to clarify, I didn't bully him into being my man. He wanted to be.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, say won you over. Yeah, one.
Nobody won you over with
Nobody I wasn't interested in ever won me over with persistence. Nah, because I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? And I like what I like. And if I ever really dealt with somebody to a relationship level or somebody that I kind of got into something with, and it was kind of like, I liked something in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with it. It was something about them that I liked just as much. Maybe they liked me more. Maybe. I don't know. But I did like them. There's people in my life. It's a lot of women in my life that was real persistent with trying to get me. And if I wasn't interested in them, they never got what they wanted from me. You know what I'm saying? No sex, not even sex. You know what I'm saying? Because it's niggas that... You
told me stories. You gonna tell a story?
I don't know what story you talking about. I don't know. But...
Okay. So, no names. But the one about the one girl that was really trying and she invited you to that party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a story that you can tell in regards to somebody being really persistent and it's not working out. And then never worked out.
It was... Yeah, that's probably the closest. Because it worked out in a way, but it didn't work out long term. Because she was real persistent on social media. But see, the thing is, I knew her before social media. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I hadn't seen her in some years, you know? I hadn't seen her in years other than social media. And she wouldn't post a lot of pictures.
I don't think we're talking about the same person.
Oh, you said she invited me to a party, but I didn't go to the party, right?
You went to the party. So, okay, Ooh. This is the easier way for me to point out who I'm referring to. Remember when you went to park with her and then you ended up meeting the fire girl?
Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, her.
But she ain't won me over.
Yeah, you can tell a story about somebody who was persistent,
Oh, you just
but
wanted me
they
to tell
didn't
that story.
win. Yeah, I think it's. I mean,
Oh, I thought you was
gotta
talking
be.
about.
It ain't gotta be that
I thought you was
story.
talking about somebody else.
You got so many.
Yeah, I mean, but that ain't. But see, it ain't no story because she ain't won me over. If she won me over, I can tell a story like you.
I mean,
You told a story of somebody that won you over with persistence. You know what I'm saying?
The story just
She-
would have been how,
and
how
she wasn't-
persistent she was.
And she was persistent, but I don't think it's worth a story in this and based off of this topic because I mean she wasn't bad looking or nothing. She just wasn't my type. She's a lot of people type. I'll say that. Not necessarily my type.
Pretty.
Yeah, she's a lot of people type, but not my type. I got a type. There's certain things I like I need a woman to have that some women don't have that's a lot of people type that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't my type, but she wouldn't because even if she did win me over, it wouldn't be like a wow, I can't believe she landed him type of thing. I think a lot of people would have thought it made sense if we was walking down the street together. I think a lot of people would have been like, yeah, that look like they make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so.
Or something. But she just wasn't my type. But she ain't win me over. You know what I'm saying? She was persistent, but she ain't win me over. Nobody ain't winning me over. It's just not. If I ain't physically attracted to you, you can't win me over. If I'm physically attracted to you, but see, the biggest thing is you got a chance to win me over. If I'm physically attracted to you, then that don't count as you winning me over because I was physically attracted to you. It got to be somebody that I'm not necessarily physically attracted to.
It got to be somebody that you don't want.
Yeah, that I just totally don't want. You're not winning me. It ain't enough. It ain't enough nasty talk you can talk to me. It ain't enough persistence in the world. It's because it's never happened. It's not gonna happen. If I don't like you, if I don't want you, you ain't gonna have me. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets to the point where I got to give you like a hard no because you trying too hard, then that's just what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to be nice about this shit. But if you doing too much, then I'll get to the point like women do niggas because women got to be aggressive with niggas sometimes. You got to. You got to. Men don't have to with women because typically a lot of women take the hint. Some women...
Now, hold on. Let's put a pause on this real quick because I'm going to tell you something. I moved here to Maryland in 1998. My mother, she worked at DC General Hospital. My first introduction, I was entering into 9th grade in 1998. The summer before I went to school. Mind you, I came here from a small town in Pennsylvania. Everybody knew everybody. We all knew everybody. We knew each other. We got baby pictures of everybody in the background. Either they're the baby and you're a toddler, or they're a toddler and you're a baby, or whatever. Like, I grew up from a place where everybody knew each other. I come here, and one of my first experiences with the guys in this area is me, my sister, and these two other girls who was at work with their mamas. We was walking to the McDonald's over there near DC General Hospital, wherever that was. Some dude was calling out to the girl. I'm the youngest in the group. This girl was also in high school, but she was older than me.
Right.
The dude was calling out to her, and she was ignoring him, and he started throwing rocks at her. So, yeah.
Niggas be doing.
Yeah, so it makes sense for girls to have to say a hard no, but you mess around and you give a dude a hard no, you might get punched in the face or shot or beat up or some crazy mess like that. So sometimes you just got to smile and say, you know what? I'll take your number and then block them.
Yeah, that's probably the best way
Get
to go.
around the corner and then block them.
That's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Once upon a time, I've changed my number. I used to change my number every couple of months, because that was the easiest way for me to remove myself from all the people I done gave my number to, because they did not understand when I was lying and saying that I was in a relationship. Or maybe I really was in a relationship. They weren't receiving it. So I just give them my number. And then when it backed up too much and it was too many numbers that I literally had the title in my phone would be, dude from Walmart, don't answer.
Right.
McDonald's dude, don't answer. Don't answer. That's what it would be, because you can't just, dudes don't just say no. Right. It's hard out here for a girl. It's hard. These dudes, and they crazy. Mm-hmm. Dudes are crazy. Which, oh, and just to clarify, when I was saying, I couldn't remember if he was the stripper that told me that dudes at these strip clubs be having like girls try to deep throat them. Because it was either him or it was this other dude that I had kind of met that was a stripper who could have also given me that information. Right, okay. I just don't know
which one it was.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. But that leads us to our final question. Which do you prefer?
What?
Crazy. You like to date crazy girls, or you like girls that's not so crazy?
I mean, do I prefer? I prefer.
Look at the camera when you give your answer.
I mean, I know what my answer gonna be. you wanted to be what you wanted to be.
I know what the answer is.
And I've been told what you think my answer is, but I think y'all just totally wrong. No, y'all ain't totally wrong. Y'all just wrong.
So you don't.
Y'all be in the total what?
No, go ahead.
Y'all I feel like y'all be having a totality type of answer, and it's like, no, it's partial. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be with a crazy girl, but I like a little bit of crazy in a girl. You know what I'm saying? I like a little bit because I feel like a little bit adds a little excitement, and I feel like a little bit of crazy translate sexually too. That's just from my experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of the girls that kind of wild, just crazy, that be quick to snap and argue, that energy is translated like into the bedroom, you know? So you like a little bit of that. I like a little bit of, a little bit of oomph in a woman. Because sometimes it also likes to, in a way, it kind of makes me know that when it's done right, it makes me know that they know who they are. I like confident women, you know what I'm saying? Some dudes don't like confident women. They like women that they can control, that's not confident because they can,
I agree.
I like confident, powerful women because I'm confident in myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that my theory is, a woman that's confident. I want a woman to be confident so she know that how valuable she is to me. So when she do decide to make my life great, she knows she can do it because she like, I'm me. If I do this and do that, he's going to absolutely love this because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? That's just I want a woman, if you're not confident, you're going to be hesitant to do certain things.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how it's going to come off. Is it going to work? No, everything you're going to do is going to work. If you do this, I'm going to love it because you know what I'm saying? So I like confident women. Sometimes, confidence sometimes can come with a little bit of oomph. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck do you think you playing with? I like a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? It makes me smile a little bit and laugh like it's cute. Oh, look at you, cute. You can get all crazy and rowdy. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I don't want a totally crazy chick. I don't. If I had to pick, I'd rather pick a chill, cool person than a crazy girl. If I had to pick one end or the other. But I do like a little bit of crazy. I like the girl that got a little bit of, who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I say something crazy, like, who you talking to? I like a little bit of that. It make me laugh and chuckle and smile. Like, my baby, come here. I'm sorry, come here.
You know what? I'm going to tell you. When we first got together, he would do crazy shit and then be trying to do all of that. He'd be like, I gotta just poke the bear sometimes.
Yeah, I used to try to poke him.
And I'm like, let me tell you something. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because you sit here and try to harangue me and then come here. No. Because now I'm mad. And I'm gonna be mad.
So.
And that's exactly the bullshit that you would be on. And we got past that.
Yeah, I don't do that no
more. But that shit used to piss.
Because you got something in you that's a little too deep, I think. And I just kind of figured it out, like, nah, I can't play with her like that. So I just treat her like the woman and the baby she is, my baby. I just keep it there. I don't poke her no more. Cause she don't play like that. Like don't play.
No. Once my once my switch is flipped, it's very hard to turn that shit off. And I think I am a very sane person, but I can be extremely crazy, and it ain't cute. It's not cute. Like I work very hard to tame all of that down because it ain't cute. It ain't cute. I don't like no crazy person. I want somebody that's calm and chill and relaxed. And I like silly, but I don't like no crazy. Remember we was watching something that was talking about, who was it? Wayne Perry? Is that his name? Where Wayne Perry was crazy. He shot somebody for asking him too many questions. He killed a girl for asking him what his real name was. Is that what she asked him? What she asked him?
I don't know. I know it had to do with her asking him too many questions, and that might have been one of the questions, because he thought she might have been
a cop or something.
The way you asking too many questions. Yeah, because that ain't what a lot of people do, especially from this area. Like a lot of women don't do that.
And that's when we were watching it, and we was just kind of like, oh, I would have been.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, if you'd have ran into Wayne Perry, that would have been you. Got me. That would have been you.
He would have got me.
Because you asked a lot of questions.
Only when I'm interested in knowing you.
I get it, yeah.
But nonetheless.
But even still, I think women that's like that from this area, because they know that some questions and some answers to some questions can incriminate people. Like they know that's the life living in this area is. It's like, I'll learn what I need to learn when I get there.
I don't like that.
You don't operate like that. You like, man, you want to know off the break.
And Wayne Perry would have killed me.
Yeah, you would have been.
I want a regular, sane, nice, regular guy with a job. And is cool. Like, my man, my nice. And he help out old ladies if they need help. And, you know what I'm saying? And he make me laugh. And I ain't got to worry about waking up in the middle of the night to him holding a gun, trying to kill me or asking me to kill him. I don't want that type of stuff in my life.
Ask you to kill me.
I don't want that type of stuff in my life. But it's funny though, because when I was younger and I used to be out here in these streets meeting these guys in DC, and one of the things I used to absolutely hate is when I would meet a dude and he would introduce himself with a nickname. I was like, what's your real name? Is that the name your mama gave you? What's your real name? I'm giving you my real name. Just think, all those times I was doing that, I could have gotten shot. Crazy, y'all.
Yeah, luckily, but I mean, it seemed like, I think you kind of got a good sort of gauge of who to talk to and who not to talk to. Like, I think you kind of,
I think I do. Because
if it was a person like him, you probably wouldn't even give him the time of day off the. You probably.
I wouldn't have even.
I think you would have sensed something like, man,
I wouldn't have even wanted to go to no party that I wanted. If my friends would be like, "Girl, let's go to this party," and then we would have gone there, and then somebody would be like, "Oh, y'all, Wayne Perry here." I'm like, "All right, y'all, it was cool. I'll see y'all next time. Peace."
Oh my God. I can see you now. There's killers here. There's people that kill people here. Girl, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Like who? Like, didn't he just murder somebody? Hell no. Okay, y'all, I'm going home. Who walking with me? Nobody? Okay, bye. I wouldn't be sticking around for that shit. I will not be sticking around. I've been excusing myself from situations since I was in middle school. I do not have a problem. I will leave. But yeah, but that's it. We got anything else?
Nah, nothing else.
This was fun, y'all.
Yeah,
this was a nice, fun conversation.
Nice little longer than I thought it was gonna be, which is a good thing. No, which is a good thing.
I know.
I thought we was gonna have to stroll down to different topics, so that's good.
I mean, I kind of knew. I gave y'all a little story. I think I did a good job. I think this makes up for my poor storytelling.
It makes me want to sort of tell my story that you brought up, because I don't know when else
do it.
I would tell it.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick.
No reason to do it.
Yeah, but because it's an interesting story. But it kind of touches on the persistence thing, and I don't really count this as a girl winning me over, because the girl didn't win me over, but it was a girl that was kind of persistent with getting my attention. He was always messaging me and stuff on social media, and but I knew her You know, I knew her before social media. Somebody I knew, but you know, we social media friends, and we, you know, she used to just message me and comment on stuff and all that. One thing led to another. One time I hung out with the girl. We went to like a bar in DC, downtown, and she was with some friends or whatever. There was some girls, so I met up with her because it was like I ain't had nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? And I met up with her. Matter of fact, this was on Halloween. Was it Halloween? I want to say it was Halloween. I think it was a Halloween one year. I can't remember when it was. But met up with her. We was kicking it at this bar. I knew one of the girls that she was with, matter of fact. I knew her from a long time ago. So we all knew each other. But I ain't seen her in a long time. She don't really be on social media like that. But one thing led to another. We was done with that spot. Then we wanted to hang out some more. And we went to the park. The club called the Park on 14th Street. The Park at 14th. Went up in the jump. It was packed in there, kind of hard to get in. But one of the girls that was with the girl that I was out with, hanging out with, and invited me out, she knew people that worked at the park. So she got us in there, and we got free drinks. She knew the bartender and everything.
Nice.
Got free drinks and everything. So I'm kind of really calling myself hanging out / trying to see what's up with the girl that invited me out. Like, to see what's up with her, see what she... Because, like I said, I know her, but we ain't never hang out or nothing. I ain't never hung out with her, know her like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I knew she was interested in me. I didn't know that. I can tell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get to know her a little bit, trying to just see what's up. But all I know is it was packed in the joint. Like I said, I think it was Halloween. Packed up in the park. And one thing led to another. Like, we went up to one of the floors, because it's like 3 floors or something in that joint. You went in there, yeah. And we got separated in the joint. And I just remember we texting, because at some point, I think I went to the bathroom. I told her, I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'll be back. I came back, she wasn't there.
And that's how you met the fire.
Yeah, but
okay.
I'm trying to get in touch with the girl. Like, I'm messaging, like, where you at? Da-da-da. And she not responding. And then at some point, like later on, so I'm just chilling because I'm like, I'm here with her. I want to make sure she all right. We kicking it together. You know what I'm saying?
Together.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm trying, you know. And then I think like a while later, she was like, yeah, I'm here somewhere in the spot. I went to the spot. She wasn't there. Later on, I realized, like, I think she was playing games. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'll tell you why. But at some point, I just kind of stopped looking for her. Like, I'm like, man, this motherfucker just disappeared, you know? And then I'm standing in one spot, and it was a girl standing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And she just kind of backed up on me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then it kind of caught my attention, and then I just knew what it was. Like, oh, she trying to party or whatever.
Oh, she threw her butt on
you. Yeah.
Okay.
She backed up on me and started dancing. Yeah. And just started dancing or whatever. And we was like kicking it. I want to say at some point, I might have bought her a drink probably or something, but we kind of stepped off to the side and talked a little bit and this and that and that. And ultimately, because the park is not far from where I live, you know what I'm saying? So when I went down to meet them, the bar that we initially met at, the girl I was with and her friend, was like around the corner from the park. So we left that bar and was able to walk to the park. Okay. Both of those places not far from where I live. So I don't know how I got to the bar. Either I Uber or I scooter. Scooters might not even really been that much of a thing at that time. Honestly, I don't even know when the scooters and stuff started popping off. But I probably Uber down there. But I didn't drive. I didn't drive down there. So the girl, by the time the night was over, you know, I stopped looking for the girl that I was there with. Now that I'm kicking it with this girl. We leave. She asked you like, you want me to give you a ride home? I was like, yeah, sure. I'm up the street. I said, I live right up the street, matter of fact. She said, all right, I'll take you. Knowing that what I know now, thinking back on it, her giving me a ride home, I think she was trying to come with me. Oh, knowing what I know now, yeah. I'm like 80% sure that's what that was. Like, she take me home. You want to come?
Her in?
Yeah. But when we went outside, to, you know, I walk with her to her car. Or it's either she offered to take me home, or I said I'll walk with her to her car. That might have been what it was. I was like, I'll walk with you to your car because the club was winding down. That's what it was. When we got, she said, all right, appreciate it. We get outside. The girl I initially was hanging with the whole night, she was outside already in some other nigga face. Another nigga face. I walked right past them. She didn't even notice me.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, okay. So, you know, later on when I just got time to think about it, I was like, she was in here playing her, you know what I'm saying? As she got lost on purpose in that jump. She wasn't thinking about me when I was in the bathroom. She
got caught up with that dude.
With that dude on dudes, or whatever, and just ended up with him. That's the dude I saw, but whatever. But, yeah, so we left out. I walked the girl to her car. She was like, what you doing? You need a ride home or something with you? And I was like, I said, I'll take a ride. I live right up the street. She said, okay. She took me and dropped me off, and I just went in the house. I ain't even offering her to come in and none of that shit, you know. I ain't really big on that, huh?
Did she try to park?
No, she pulled up in the alley.
Uh-oh.
She pulled up in the alley.
She probably wasn't trying to come in then.
Yeah, she just pulled up in the, I mean, but she ain't know where I live. I'm directing her where to go.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I directed her to the alley. I'm turn right here, turn right in the alley. I appreciate it, blah, 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 and I walked down. We exchanged numbers and all that and kept in touch. And, but the girl that was interested in me, like I said, she was somebody, she was persistent. It was that was a little crazy story. We hung out, and then she disappeared on me in the club. Till when I left out the club, she all in the nigga face outside. I just thought that I knew how to maneuver with her, because she, we know each other. So I knew how to maneuver with her from then on out. Like, okay, I know not where you belong. If me and her ever materialized into anything more than being cool, she was going to be what she was, like in a space. You was never going to be able to get across this line. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't never even go there ever, but. Yeah.
But she tried, right?
She tried. She was interested in me, for sure. But she really, to be honestly, she just not really my type. She just not really my type as far as, she ain't bad looking at all.
No, she's pretty.
But I like you, yeah, because I showed it to you, yeah. But for me, it's certain things that she don't possess that I like. You know what I'm saying? She's a little too slim for me, just to put it. You know what I'm saying? She's a little too slim for me. I like thick girls, girls with medium size, with womanly body parts, big butt, boobs, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So she just wasn't my type, but she was real persistent, and it ain't work. But that's just a crazy little story. But that's it. That's all I got. So, what, you done? Anything
I
else?
don't have any. I mean, I'm not about to go. I have a story about my experience in park, but I'll say that for another time.
Okay. All right. So, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
End of the episode.
Thank you for listening to us. Tune in for another one
at
another time.
We're going to keep them coming. We on the road. We're going to keep them coming.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.
All right. We out.